Hey guys, welcome back to Dueling Destination. So we're doing something a bit different today. I actually took the concept of doing the market watch concept, but I wanted to look at something that normally people don't take a look at. And I think it's very important because you never know what you have in your bulk. And I'm a person that has a lot of bulk. I keep a lot of my cards and I try to take care of them. So basically, in this edition of it, I'm just gonna show you guys cards that, first of all, probably you didn't know were worth much, but now you can actually see that they're worth something. And some cards I think that in the future you should be investing in probably. But hey, that's my personal opinion. If you want to just look into some cards, that's pretty good. But let's get straight to the start. We're gonna start off with Didi Assailant. This guy, I remember having him way back in the day, and I hope I still have him in my bulk. But if you do, this is a secret rare that no one is using, and it is going for almost, if you want a unlimited, you can't find a first edition, but basically because I don't think there was one. This was coming from Dark Revelations 4, Volume 4. So if you have a near mint, you can actually get up to $650 for this card. And I bet you a lot of guys don't know that this guy is actually in their bulk stash. You can actually get this guy, so look out for that one. Also, another card that was very interesting for me to see was Amazonian Chain Master. She was a super old card. Like, I know a lot of people have this card in bulk and just don't know the value of it. And if you look into this card is technically just bought out. There is a lightly played one for $250 ship, but at this point there's like nothing else left. I'm just gonna let you know that as my tabs go, we keep refreshing these tabs and we get to see really what's going on in the market. These are secret rare cards that people just don't care about. This is all secret rare, this whole segment here. And now as we go into these guys, let me try to refresh this guy. This was a very popular one, I believe. Kaiba Man, when he came out, it was amazing. I believe he was in a movie. So when you saw this guy, you didn't care. He was from Retro Pack 1. If you have Kaiba Man, you're probably holding a good amount of cash on there. My internet, oh sorry, my computer is kind of slow. But as we load up, there is just 2 left in the market. And you're paying close to, lightly played, $150. That's what you're paying for. And that's unlimited. That's not even first edition because it's a Retro Pack. So you gotta consider that you gotta look through a lot of your bulk and just see what cards you can actually get out of your bulk, and you have a lot of money if you have time and sleeves, which I feel like everyone has time now. Just double sleeve these cards, try to get them in a top loader and take care of these cards. At least put them in your binder and you're gonna have some great value in the future because these are already worth a lot. Another card that people are sleeping on a lot is Necroface. The super rare, I believe, is very high up there, but if you get a secret rare from Gladiator's Assault, you're looking at some very big numbers. These guys, like, we have lightly played for almost $400 here. German first edition near mint is about 395. With shipping, you're gonna be paying like $400 for one card. Of course, there's a graded card here for like $4,000. So yeah, if you have this guy and it's well kept and you never used it before, you have about $400 on you there. And like I said, as we go loading these guys, they keep loading, and I like it because these are cards I've seen in a lot of people's bulk binder or even bulk boxes that they have. And I'm personally gonna start to pick these guys up because they are not meta relevant. People don't care about these cards, only collectors. And you have to start looking into this because you have these cards and you don't know the value of them. I take my time and I try to look at cards, but like this Grepher card here, you see here you have heavily played, lightly played for $100. If you want a near mint, you're paying $185 for a card no one uses. This guy has no meta play. The only thing he has is collector values going for it. And in saying that, you gotta consider that these cards were very easy to get back in the day because a lot of people did not want them. And if people still don't want them, I would always suggest you guys just pick it up. It would help you a lot later on. And if you're a fan of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1, you probably like all of these cards just having it in your binder. But as we go here, Valkyrian the Magnum Warrior, this guy was pretty amazing, of course, and he's bought out. Basically, Overdose Gaming has one for $100. But I've seen this again. Like I said, I'm gonna start picking this guy up, like whenever I can. Whenever I see people having it, I'm gonna pick it up. Now let's go into something a bit, I want to say a bit more different, because it is meta relevant. But secret rares like this, a while ago they were very cheap. Alistair the Invoker of Madness was probably about $6 or $8 when I picked it up. No one wanted it. Invoke wasn't like a good thing going on. But now if you want to get an Alistair, you're looking at $27 almost. If you want something good, first ed 22, no, it's gonna be 22 plus $5, 27. You're still paying $27 for this one card. I think Invoke is a great archetype to just have as an engine, and having one of these guys is pretty good. So you have to consider that. Now, when we go into it farther on, you're gonna make sure that whenever you see these again, like Gate Guardians, you gotta keep these very open mind. Basically, when you're picking up cards and trading, people don't see these guys, and Gate Guardian is like in the mid range, I want to say, because it's, if you want a near mint unlimited, you're paying $27. But then at that point, you're gonna notice that, or even consider in the longer run, this is gonna be a very good card just to have in as in collector value. And now, like I said, we try to keep all secret rares here. We got Royals Firestorm Guard. This guy was amazing in Volcanics. I think he's still one of the main cards you're gonna use in Volcanics, but just having him secret rare is something you should pick up. Again, the value isn't that high. The value is just, it says market price here $5, which I don't think it is. If you want to get damage one, it's like $5. If you want something near mint first edition, you're paying about $28 for a near mint first edition of this guy. If you have this guy, you should probably start trying to move it, or even keep it for the longer run. But this is a longer investment. In this market segment, I'm just going to be bringing to you guys all one type of rarity that I think is very important. And I started off with secret rare because this is one of my favorite rarities. So you guys can tell that using TCG Player, I can see a lot of prices, but I would always consider going to eBay, trading at your local Yu-Gi-Oh tournament spots, the comic book stores, or wherever you guys go, the OTS stores, or even just trying to get them at Yu-Gi-Oh Block Market. I see that they're starting to sell cards. You gotta be on the lookout. They sometimes have some great deals. But when you were looking at cards like Mekk-Knight Purple Nightfall, this guy, when I picked him up, he was about $5-6 because Mekk-Knight wasn't like a real thing. No one cared about it. But I think Mekk-Knights are always a hidden gem in the meta because they have a lot of potential. They do not depend on the extra deck as much as other cards. They're big beaters and their effects are just crazy, especially Purple Nightfall. He is, if you want to get some Purple Nightfalls, you have a wall here at $17 for the first edition. So you got to consider that you're paying like $17 for one of this guy. You're paying almost $60 for a playset of him. I'm looking into it more. Yeah, that's about the market price you're gonna look at it. Look at it, because 17 is just, I think it's a bit too much for this card. But when we go back and look at its brother like Mekk-Knight Blue Sky, the market price is a bit up at $8.19. But if you want to get a playset, you're looking at $9 almost for something unlimited. First ed, $10 for first ed. So you need Purple Sky if you're getting, you need Blue Sky if you're getting the Purple Nightfall. These guys just come together. So just take a look out for Purple Sky. It's probably gonna go up, and you guys gotta be careful about it. Yeah, just take a look out for Mekk-Knight Blue Sky. It's probably gonna go up at this point. And now, like I said, this is all secret rares you're doing here, and I have no idea what this Spirit of Victory card is doing at this crazy price. It's an old school card from Strike of Neos. If you have any of these cards, I would just suggest just holding on to it. No one's gonna try to pick it up right now, and just have it double sleeve. Make sure no air is on the sleeve. Have it protected well good on your binder. I have a lot of cards that I've been collecting that I just been getting a playset of each card basically just to make sure that I have enough. And this guy is probably about $14 to $15. This costs more than a blue sky, and this has no meta relevancy at all in the game, but it costs a lot. So you gotta consider that these type of cards are going crazy. But one of my favorite cards that I'm probably gonna try to pick up now is this Exodia Necros, because it's just something I remember back in the day. A lot of people did not want this card. This was just like bulk trash. And if you see, it's $7 right now roughly. But if you want to get a first edition, I don't even know if there's a market for them. Lightly played, and we're going to the last page. You're gonna get a near mint limited, because I don't think they have a first ed on this. Yeah, limited edition. It's gonna probably take you to almost like $20 just for this card that again has no meta relevancy, but I'll probably say just try to hold on to it right now. Another card that keeps going up in price. I've been watching this guy since he was very cheap. Harvester was very cheap when I picked him up. I have a playset to trade, so I'm pretty excited to see that this guy actually has some value on here. And at seeing Harvester at this point, you can't get a playset for any buyer or vendor right now. You're probably paying about $12 for one, $13 if you're, you know. So this is one card people just really didn't pay attention to, and I think they should have. I picked up a playset. I'm not gonna be playing the deck because the deck is it's pretty expensive just to have. But one market that I'm gonna start to get into is the collector's tin, because the collector tins have a lot of good cards, and I feel that it's not first edition, it's a limited run, but they look great. And if you can find these guys, people normally have them on the trade binders, really don't want them because they don't have the first ed stamp. I would still pick them up because eventually they're gonna become value. Like the Stardust Dragon, it's gonna be collectible soon, and I feel that having it for like probably $5. Let me see. Let's try to find a near mint copy. A near mint copy of this Stardust Dragon, you're looking at about $30. So you gotta consider that a lot of people just don't care about this card, and this is when you start picking them up. And another card I believe for the collector's tin that I really want, I never owned one of these cards, but I'm gonna start looking for it, is Power Tool Dragon. This has been used in a lot of combos with equip cards, and it basically abuses a lot of the effect. It's not first ed. I'm not looking at that market. A lot of people look at that market. I've looked at the secondary market and really analyzing what's going up slowly. And basically these type of cards, if you want to find them like in great condition, it doesn't matter if the first ed editions are crazy up there. To get these guys in near mint, you're paying about $12 for this guy. If you can get in trades again, or from your locals that they're just having a clearance sale or whatever they're selling, pick it up there. Another card that I really am considering looking for is the Chaos Dragon Levineer. A lot of people are not looking at this guy anymore, but I think that Dark Monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Always get a lot of support, and this guy is one of the strongest Dark Monsters, and it's a dragon. Dragons get support a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're always going to be needing this guy, even if it doesn't just stick to having him in the Dark Monster section. Dragons always can use him, so that's pretty good. If you're looking for a secret rare first edition, it's about $12. A while ago, I think I sold this guy for like $45 when all the hype was happening. When he just came out, I picked him up for $8, sold him very high, and that made it really worth it for me. One card I cannot get any connections on why this guy is so high up is the Flame Dragon that we have here. This guy's pretty up there. I mean, it might be a collector's looking for this guy, but he has a good value on there. If you want to get the first edition near mint, it's like $25 against no meta relevancy. But these kind of cards, you see them in binders that people just want to get rid of. This is when you should start picking these guys up. Eventually they're gonna be worth something, and if you just want to hold on to Yu-Gi-Oh cards for a long time, you should probably do that. One of my favorite cards just to have is a Golden Castle of Stromberg. I know this just got its reprint, but that's just the second print. there's just two prints for this card completely. And I know it was pretty easy to get in the dual overload, but having the highest rarity secret rare, I'm gonna start picking up for this. I have one of them that was signed by the voice actor that played this card, but I need a whole playset just to have so I can use secret rare, because this is a beautiful card. It has a lot of meaning in the whole Yu-Gi-Oh story. So just having this card here, I think it's a very good pickup at like $9 for a copy, because people don't care about this card. I believe it went down once to like $6. I should have picked it up then. But that's one card you should consider picking up. The next card that I was amazed when I was looking at secret rare cards was Barolo Dragon. This guy was about 60 to 80 bucks back in the day, and that's not even long ago. And you can get your secret rare copy first edition for like $10. This guy is a great link for monster. He can get over a lot of big bosses, take control of them, even reduce monsters. He is a problematic card for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players out there. So I think you should start picking your one up. I know they're common on the structure deck, but if you have that extra $10, I think you should just pick this guy up. This is a great investment just to have it in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. And as we get closer to the end of this market segment, I'm really interested in the Ignisters, because they've been getting more and more support as we go by. And it's just crazy that the secret rares, when they came out, I don't know if you guys remember, they were pretty high up there. So Picari is pretty cheap right now. It's like $4. I would probably pick up my playset of this guy, because this is a fan favorite from, if you like the anime, the newer ones. This was used in there, so I think this guy is gonna have a lot of potential. Just with all that's going on, we don't have much of a event that people have been going to, but with the new support and the new set, we should start picking up these Ignister cards that are gonna allow us just to have great value in the future, because this guy is like what, $4 or $5 too. So you can probably get the secret rares, which these are the hardest ones to get, for like $30. You can get like your whole playset of each of the Ignister cards. So you're looking for a very cheap deck core at this point, which I think is a good investment. Now to end up this whole thing is one card that I was amazed at, is Blue Tang, Marincess Blue Tang, because when this guy came up, there was a lot of hype on Marincess. There's a lot of water players out there. I myself play Mermail. Check out the deck profiles on the channel. But this guy is super low for what it's worth. It's one of the main cards that you need. I know Marincesses are not doing, or I hope that's how you say it, they're not doing a lot in the meta, but just by having this guy, you know you're having some of the most expensive parts of the engine that you need. So I would probably start picking up these guys. No one's looking at these guys right now, because they're all for the new archetypes that came out in Secret Slayer, and they're looking up for the new boxes coming out in June. Yeah, June 5th, I believe it's coming out for us. They're looking for that. So I would say start picking up some of these secret rares, because they're probably gonna go spiked up in price. We have here Marble Rat for like $1. These guys are very good to start picking up. They're just penny cards probably. You can get this whole deck core almost for, I want to tell you, about 30 to 40 bucks. So that's a good investment, guys. So if you like this type of content, I'm just running through some of the cards that I find very interesting, and I want to share this with you guys, because it's not going to be all in the meta, because a lot of cards, of course, in the meta, if you want to see everyone else's market channel, you'll see that they talk about the same cards. I'm going to aim to get different cards that people really are not looking at, which I think they have great potential and value later on, even for trade that you can have. So if you like this type of content, let me know. And remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and help me get to that subscriber count that I would like to get to. I'm aiming for 200 at the moment, so let's see if we can get into that.